Hello wedding wanderers, my name is Assumpta and welcome to Ave Creations TV, a home for busy professionals and entrepreneurs who want to plan a timeless, sophisticated and unforgettable wedding celebration or special event. Welcome, welcome, welcome! In today's video, as the title suggests, we are talking about bridesmaids or bridesmen, depending on what you decide to have. So if you'd like to hear more, then stick around. Before I get started on all things bridesmaids and bridesmen, I thought I would highlight the jewellery that I'm wearing today. It is by Ana Luisa. They are a carbon neutral company and they specialise in high quality jewellery. And the reason why I'm mentioning them is because I think that they would be... The reason why I'm mentioning them is because I think it would make a fantastic gift for bridesmaids. I actually gifted my bridesmaids jewellery. I wish I had known about them at the time because this jewellery is so nice. I actually chose these pieces and the good people over at Ana Luisa sent them to me. I have been testing them out before actually sharing them with you because I wasn't going to share anything I didn't really honestly believe in. And my ears can be a bit sensitive sometimes and I usually only wear silver or high quality gold, and these have been perfect. I've worn them at some clients' events. Hopefully I'll put some pictures somewhere, and also out and about, and I've gotten so many compliments, so definitely check them out. On with the video. It would probably help to define what a bridesmaid is. Well, traditionally, they are maidens, unmarried friends or family, well back then it probably would have been family, that support the bride on her wedding day. Nowadays, you can do what you want. You can have men in your bridal party, you can have married friends in your bridal party. It's entirely up to you, or you could choose not to have any at all. I know I've worked on some weddings, a couple of them, where people have chosen not to have bridesmaids. But in case you are having bridesmaids or bridesmen, but I'll just keep saying bridesmaids for the purpose of this video, here are some things that you really need to think about. First things first, choose somebody who is supportive. Let me repeat that. Choose somebody who is supportive. When you get engaged and you let your friends know who is genuinely excited for you, happy for you, not making it about themselves and celebrating you. Also, if you're having a wedding that requires quite a lot of DIY, who's going to be sat right next to you, folding papers, making wax seals, or whatever it is that you're choosing to do, putting together flowers. You want somebody that is going to be selfless at that period of time for you. Definitely don't choose a diva, or rather you can if you're really close to them, but just manage your expectations accordingly. Don't give them loads of tasks to do if you know that they're not going to get it done. That's just first things first. The second thing to take into consideration, how organized is the person that you're wanting to be part of your bridal party? That's not to say you can't choose your scattered friend, you can, but like my last point, you have to manage your expectations. It's really helpful to choose organized friends or have an organized friends that can wrangle everybody, because if you are having your dresses made, or even if you're buying them and dress fittings are involved, is the bridesmaid or bridesman going to be able to get to fittings on time? Will they be cooperative? You do not want to add stress to your planning process by having to chase anybody. So definitely consider whether or not they are organized. The third thing to take into consideration is their capacity. What do I mean by that? The time and financial capacity. If you have a friend that is super busy with life, work, family, maybe they have children or a child and they're very, very busy, do you think they have the capacity to be an effective bridesmaid for you? It's fine if you don't actually have much expectation of your bridesmaid, then you can choose them anyway. But if you need a lot of help, take that into consideration. And also financially, how much do you want your bridesmaids to spend, if anything at all? I personally paid for a whole bunch of things for my bridesmaids because I didn't want them to stress out, and a lot of my clients tend to do the same. But if you want them to buy their bridesmaids dresses, for example, pay for their hair, pay for their makeup, pay for a hotel room the night before your wedding, pay for your bridal shower, or anything of the sort, you have to consider their finances. They're your friends, so hopefully you have a vague idea of what they're going through, but if somebody's having a hard time, do you really want to add to their burden? Just something to consider. Also, your friend might really want to be there for you and have the best intentions, but you don't want to be a source of stress for them either. So maybe come to some sort of compromise, or see if you can subsidize some things for people and factor that into your budget planning. But yeah, time and also money are two huge things that you need to think about when planning your wedding and choosing your bridesmaids. The next thing is personalities. If you've ever been a bridesmaid before, at one point I felt like I was a professional bridesmaid. I have been a bridesmaid many, many times, and in my job I have now had to deal with a lot of bridesmaids. You need to consider whether your friends' personalities will mix. If you're anything like me, you have loads of different friends from different friendship groups. Are they able to mesh well together and focus on you and the task at hand? What you do not want is a brawl. You don't want it to be some sort of contest of who knows the bride best. I've experienced those. You want you and your wedding to be the focus. So make sure you choose personalities that will actually mesh well together. The last thing you want to be doing is breaking up fights or hearing about the fighting going on between people. It's not a fun experience, and you don't want to add that to your list of stresses for your wedding day. So please, even if they are your best friend and they may have a difficult personality, you either need to give them a warning or just not choose them at all and possibly explain. Hopefully they understand. Just letting you know now. Finally, you need to take your own well-being into consideration. If all of those things sound super stressful to you, do you really want to have bridesmaids? Do you want to deal with these personalities? It is great in a lineup, don't get me wrong. I love bridesmaid dresses and I feel like that's a future video, but it looks really great for your photos. But if it's going to cause you stress, maybe consider don't having them or delegating the caretaking of the bridesmaids to your maid of honor, for example. Be really particular when you are making your choice. If you really don't want to choose somebody, then don't do it. You will regret it later. And just because you were a bridesmaid for somebody years ago doesn't mean they have to be one of yours. All of my bridesmaids, granted, none of them were married, but I'd never been bridesmaid for any of them. And all of the people that I had been a bridesmaid for, remember when I said I felt like a professional bridesmaid at some point? None of them were any of my bridesmaids. And it was okay. A lot of them were guests at my wedding, and some of them I just wasn't close to anymore, so they weren't even invited at all. But don't feel under pressure to choose somebody that you really just don't want to, because ultimately they're going to be in all of your wedding photos and your video if you choose to have one. So definitely think about that. Choose somebody that you hope for the foreseeable future will be in your life for some time. It's not to say you might not go your separate ways in years to come, but you want to at least look back on that time and remember it fondly. So if you can avoid awkward situations and also adding to your stress, then really take the time to make this decision wisely. I hope those tips have helped you. Feel free to go back and watch again, take some notes, or look down below in the description. I will have the points listed. Before I forget, don't forget to check out this awesome jewellery. Like I said, they would make a great gift for a bride or your bridesmaids. I would actually buy this jewellery for myself, or I would definitely gift it to future brides. I have a discount code below, so please feel free to use that if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and want to see more, and I'll catch you later. Bye.